we're here back with more Kerbal Space Program. So I figured before I started, I'd like to point out some things, differences between this episode and the last one. So since the last episode, I've found another mod. It's called Debrefund, and what it does is you can strap parachutes onto stages that you've dropped. And I guess the way I understand it is you'll recover some funds from them or something. So we'll play around with that, see if we can maybe recover some more funds from dropped stages. And then I noticed something as I was editing the last episode. Go resume saved. And on Superfreak Space Services, I misspelled it, and it's Superfreak Space Services. And I don't think we can rename it, so we're just going to have to continue. Okay, so now we are here, and we are going to check contracts first. So that's what we need to do. So it looks like, since we need to... First thing I'd like to accomplish in today's episode is completing this get into orbit Kerbin. At least we should, so we'll accept that contract. Really? This is the okay, then we will accept that contract. This one, though. When T-45 landed, we will do that contract, because I like that one. See here, looks like we're just going to attempt those three, and we should be able to do all three of those in one shot. So here in the VAB, we will load up the command pod as we don't have anything else to use. Put that down first. And oh yeah, that's beautiful. And now the long climb into the atmosphere, or out of the atmosphere, I guess. Okay, what do we have? Oh, we've got in so far 189 from that one, and 14 science, 6 science. We've already gotten 20 science from this flight. Oh, dang it! And put a science junior on this thing. And some goo canisters. Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait till the next flight for that. Nope, and I've throttled that engine all the way up. I'm a genius. I'm so smart. I'm so good at this game. I need to quit resting my pinky on the shift key. Doesn't end well. Total, I still have enough delta V to make it into orbit, so that's good. Looks like we're running out of stalled rocket fuel, so we will throttle all the way up. Do they really... Oh, that was kind of cool. Oh, I bet you that would have qualified for testing the parachutes. Oh well, my problem. Start turning over now. Over to, I guess, that 45-degree mark, and then head up. I don't even need to do this, because I can just watch the Kerbal Engineer now. There we go. This is actually, you know what? This is a pretty little rocket. I like it. Once I start building some bigger rockets, but I kind of like the small ones at the start. Start engine, yeah, I did. Landed safely. Ooh, how much did I get for this? Hundreds. Ooh, there we go. Or whatever. There we go. So that worked out pretty well. So I think I'm going to like that plugin because now it's... I legitimately put a parachute on it and tried to get all those parts to land, so it should count. Oh, much. And so yeah, so if you guys don't like them using that, I think it's kind of cheaty. You can tell me and I'll take it away, but I don't think it's cheaty because I'm actually, that's what they did with the space shuttle program, is they put parachutes on the solid rocket boosters and landed them in the ocean and recovered them, and I think they actually reused them. Don't quote me on that. Let's see, so we're now way to orbit, firing the upper stage. Check the map just because I don't like running just off the Kerbal Engineer, and we will pull back a bit to try and get that up out of the atmosphere. And now, well, since it's just achieve orbit, it doesn't matter. I think it just has to be above 70,000 and you're good. Whatever. You switch focus to this thing. Well, whatever. Collapse this height. 40,000 and rising. 200. Oh yeah, this should be more than enough to make it into orbit. My mic's still working loud enough. But I think I'm actually going to turn the spacecraft settings down a little more. Just come over too loud audio, but just the way I'm hearing things, they sound really loud. So we'll do that, and I think should be enough to bring us into orbit. So I think I'll jump back to just before I get into orbit. Okay, so hey guys, we are just coming up on our apoapsis here, and I'm getting ready to do my burn into orbit, so I figured I'd bring you guys back in. And it looks like, for the most part, this was an extremely efficient. This rocket worked out way better than I thought I did, because I still have 1,500 meters per second left, and this burn should only take 100. So I might have enough to be able to shoot out to the moon for a flyby, but since I don't have any science stuff and all that, I think I'm going to save that fuel, just try and get the recovery for it. So, okay, good. I need to remember to watch my electric car, because I don't have any batteries yet. So we're coming up on the burn, and I normally like to try and split my burns 50-50 across the estimated burn time, so I'm going to start this one at about 4 seconds, like that. And by the time you get fully throttled up, it just about splits it. And close enough. Okay, so we have 81,000, 81,000, and we got it. Breeze landed. Oh, okay. Okay, so I did recover those. That's big savings there. Only 32% funded, but it's better than 0. So I'll take it. And orbit Kerbin, 30 science and 60,000 funds. Let's see how much funds we have now. 123,000. That's crazy. Oh, sweet. Kerbal Engineer actually gets a button up there. That's nice. Wonder. I don't think Kerbal alarm clock's working for. Oh, there it is. Right there. If I move this. Okay, so that kind of a strange spot for the way up there, but oh wait, what's going on? Why am I time warping? Oh yeah, so now that I'm on orbit, I need to keep an eye on my electric charge. I have to return fairly soon, but we'll do a crew report, and that was stupid. reset. Oh, and I just lost my good crew report. Oh well. Yay, and EVA report. Oh, good. More science. Keep data. So I think most of the science from this mission came from all the contracts that I completed. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to put this over here, close that, open this, and I think we're going to try and put this down close to the space bin. What? There seems good enough. Worst case, I can always burn off a little extra fuel to slow myself down even more to try and get it. So, we'll start this burn at, let's go 11. I'll start throttling up. So I'm really excited for when I get to the end of the upper end of the texture and I can start using the big KW Rocketry parts, because the 3.75 meter parts are fun. And then there's the new 5 meter parts that they've added, which are just, I've messed around them a little bit in Sandbox and they're just insane. So big. Kind of fun to play with. I actually did a almost complete Apollo 11, there you go, remake. Interesting thought on that, actually, while we're falling in. Today is Saturday, July 26th when I'm recording this, and for those of you kind of in the know or whatever, it's the 45th anniversary of the splashdown for the Apollo 11 mission, which out in Alameda, California, the USS Hornet, the aircraft carrier that recovered Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, and Michael Collins when they splashed down. For the 45th anniversary, they had kind of a party type thing there or whatever, and Buzz Aldrin was there, so I got to meet him today, and I have a book signed. I have his book, Mission to Mars, and I got it signed by him. So that's kind of cool. So I came home, I just got home from that, and it kind of felt like playing some Kerbal Space Program, because I was so excited for him, even more excited for space. Let's see. So as we're coming in, what? I may need to burn that engine just a little, but since I don't have deadly re-entry, I shouldn't have to worry about it. And that's another mod that I've thought about using, but I don't know. I've played with it before in career mode, and it's fun, but I don't know how it'll work out with all the contracts, and I don't know what mods have been updated for contracts yet. So I think I'm going to wait until I might, if you guys see this and want me to use it, I'll gladly use it because I enjoy it, and I kind of like the challenge that it adds. But this is no way going to work. I need to burn off a little bit more. I need to do this. Up and kill it. Come back down here and slow this down a little more. Yeah, it definitely isn't gonna. I think right there should do us. Okay, and if I listen, actually look, yeah, it definitely looks like we're gonna overshoot by a lot, so I need to burn like crazy. And it looks like we may not even get any re-entry effects from slowing us down so much. Okay, right there. If we overshoot it now, I'll be amazed. We're coming down a really steep trajectory here. So yeah, going back to the splashdown event, that was really interesting. It's Buzz Aldrin talked kind of about his experiences with the Apollo program and the Gemini program. Which, that's how he likes to say it. Everyone else kind of likes to call it Gemini. He says him and the other test pilots would call it Gemini. Just kind of something they did. So I think I'm going to start saying it like that because that's kind of cool. Watch this. Okay. And so he talked about kind of his experiences with that, with the Apollo and Gemini programs. Whatever. And how, kind of his thoughts on the plans for the future of manned space travel, and how he had some really interesting thoughts and stuff that I think I'll try and elaborate on the next few episodes. I'm going to try and record the next 2 or 3 tonight. So we'll see how that goes. Try and get that to follow that. And so yes, that was really cool watching that, or listening to him talk about all that. Oh, and we're going to undershoot it. Oh well. But, so that was cool. kind of cool just getting to meet him. He's kind of a nice guy and all that. He's second person to ever walk on the moon, so there's always that. It's always cool. Sadly, Scott Manley wasn't there, though. It's just interesting because Alameda's right across the bay from San Francisco, and I guess Scott Manley lives in San Francisco, so I expected him to be there, but while I was there, I checked Twitter, and he'd posted, like, when I checked, 11 minutes before, he'd posted that he was in some coffee shop somewhere, so I was like, oh, darn. I really would like to have kind of met him there, because that seemed like the type thing he would have gone to, but I guess not. So now we will deploy shoot. It would have been kind of cool to meet him and stuff, but oh well. It was life. And it looks like we're going to come down a bit short of it. Oh well. We will wait a little while before firing those shoots. Sea level, terrain. Okay, not too bad. Not too much different, about 200 or so. But I like having the Kerbal Engineer set up. It's really useful. So this will actually be just about as good of a recovery as my last launch. This is about where I landed last time, was right out in here somewhere. And this time I will get out and make sure I plant a flag with Jebediah to show where he landed. Okay, 5.2, that should be enough to save this. And time warp down to the surface. Maximum speed. This is so slow. This is the only problem with putting enough parachutes to make sure you descend slow enough is then you have to ride them out all the way to the surface. It's just so slow. So I think what I'm going to do from now on is have set how you can... Oh, falling over, and... it didn't do it this time, good. So, you can set the altitude these deploy at to something like... If I can get it, I'd set it to like 100 or 200 or something like that. So it slows it fully down right before it hits the surface. But for now, we will try and... can I get this to roll over on its side? Oh, okay. We'll just deal with that. EVA, we'll take an EVA report. Won't get anything for it. We will space to go, fall, let Jebediah tumble off the rocket. Let him walk over here a little. We'll let him take a little run around after his little quick single orbit. Then we'll take a surface sample, 2.3 science, EVA report for nothing, so we don't even do it, and we'll plant a flag. Okay, now to come up with something to say. I have seen all of Kerbin! Since I forgot to place a flag last time, I did it this time so you... Oh, and I misspelled it. So you all back at Mission Control can stop bugging me about it. I even landed in the same spot. Okay, and now we will all do the little derpy jump into the capsule. Oh. Come on, Jebediah, you can... Oh. There we go. Apparently the thruster pack works on Kerbin now. That's nice to know. And we will... I don't know what that is, but we will recover vessel. Okay, so now we got 26 science earned on the mission, but most of the science came from contracts, which I really wish they would add a tab here that would show you what contracts you completed on your mission, but I guess that's what the notifications is for. See how much we recovered. Okay, so now we're in the science lab, and I know this is kind of boring, but it's necessary, so you can see what I've acquired. So I'm going to take the battery, since that's something that I really needed last time. And that's all I have the science for. So I think next time, for sure, I'm definitely going to have to get the bigger rocket parts, because it's just really nice to have. They're nice to have, so you can do bigger rockets and stuff. But I think that's going to be it for this episode, guys, and I will see you all in the next episode.